Should I sing my own intro? Would that be funny? Probably not. Okay. Oh, bra strap is falling down. Heart of Gold is on here? What? 1980s. Oh no, I gotta do that again because now I sound like I don't know what I'm talking about. Why not? Because, you know, they're the best. This what? Oh, skull pen. Skull pen! Hi guys, so today I'm doing a video that was requested on my Tumblr like a year ago, and I've been trying to film this video ever since, but every time it's too long and I can't upload it and just, yeah. So things happen and it's happening now. I'm going to be filming my record collection video, so if you collect vinyl or really like vinyl records or really like to see other people's taste in music, then this will be the video for you. This is my record collection. I hope you guys enjoy. The first record I have here is Cat Stevens' Tea for the Tillerman. I am a huge Cat Stevens fan, even though now he is Yusuf Islam, he's no longer Cat Stevens. But he's a beautiful man, he wrote beautiful music, and this is probably one of my favorite vinyl albums I own. The inside is very old, it's in a paper casing, but this record has everything from, let's see, what's on here? Wild World, Hard-Headed Woman, Father and Son, just all the great songs. And yeah, it's really nice that I have this on vinyl. I got this at Value Village for $2, I think. Next, I am a huge musical fan, so that's why I have this. This is the original soundtrack for the musical Hair. And when I took musical theater at a local drama festival, we did a song from Hair. We did Good Morning Starshine, and I love Hair, and when Meatloaf used to be in it, when I found out he was in Hair, that was like a big thing. I love Meatloaf. So I got this at Value Village for I think like 75 cents. It doesn't have a sleeve, but like that's okay. And I really like listening to it. It sounds really great. Next is kind of embarrassing, but whatever. I have a varied taste, and although I do like heavy metal and rock and stuff, I also am partial to disco. This is the Bee Gees' Greatest Hits. I don't know what else I can say about this album. My parents used to have it on CD, and it was like my favorite thing. So when I found it, I had to pick it up. I got this at Value Village for like $1. And it's just got everything. How Deep Is Your Love, Jive Talk, Saturday Night Fever, Should Be Dancing, Staying Alive, How Deep Is Your Love, I said that already. Just awesome. And I think they did a cover of Wind of Change, I'm not sure. It says Wind of Change, but I haven't listened to that. And it is so glorious. It folds out and reveals all the brothers Gibb. And I love it. It's just great. Okay. This is Neil Diamond's Greatest Hits. I really like Greatest Hits albums. Why? Because it's the best this artist has to offer. Although, you know, sometimes B-sides and hit songs are usually the best. But Neil Diamond, my mom used to play Neil Diamond for me all the time when I was a kid. And I just love him. This says Solitary Man on it. Sweet Caroline, although my favorite Neil Diamond song is probably I Am I Said, or Girl You'll Be a Woman Soon. Kentucky Woman was always really popular with me too, so Neil Diamond's Greatest Hits, Value Village, 75 cents. These were coming up into the records that I spent a lot of time collecting. This one is a classic album if you're into punk music or just raw rock. This is Iggy Pop and the Stooges' Raw Power. I love Iggy Pop. Just always have, always will. And he's really great. So this was really a key album for the Detroit music scene in the 70s, and just love Iggy Pop. He is so awesome, and the Stooges are great. And this is a great album. It's got, what's on here? Search and Destroy. Just like everything. Gimme Danger, Your Pretty Face Is Going to Hell. Just love Iggy Pop. And, see him right there. I've actually been thinking of putting the sleeve on my wall, but this I got at a local record shop for, I think it was $15, but, I'm really glad I have this. And this is a re-release, so it's not an original press, but still pretty great. Next is another musical soundtrack. This is the soundtrack to Bugsy Malone. This is a gangster musical, all done with kids. So yeah, but this was the first musical I was ever in, which was really cool, so I thought it'd be nice to have it. I got this for like 10 cents, I think. But that's actually Jodie Foster right here. Yeah. But it's just a really good time to listen to, so I like that one. This is Billy Joel's Glass Houses. It's a great album. This says You May Be Right. It's still rock and roll to me. All that early 80s Billy Joel. So yeah, I really like it. It's held together with tape, which is kind of scary, but I got this at Value Village again for like probably like $1. Have another Neil Diamond's Greatest Hits. This was the first Neil Diamond's Greatest Hits I owned, but it's in really, really, really rough shape, as you can see, but the record's in pretty good shape. It's like held together with like electrical tape. But this has one of my favorite Neil Diamond songs on it, which is I Am, I Said. So I like having it. It's really nice to round out my collection. This is Liberace's The Way We Were. Again, I'm a huge Liberace fan. And Liberace himself was just an interesting character, not like just because he was gay, but he was so eccentric and like the way he dressed and everything. I love Liberace. I got this at Value Village for 75 cents. But yeah, it's kind of broken, but the record's in really great shape. And if you're a fan of piano music, then Liberace, get into it. This is probably the first, actually this is the very first album that I ever collected. This was the first one I bought. I got this at a small little vintage antique shop in butt the fuck nowhere, Guys Row County, Nova Scotia, and I got this for $2, and this is ABBA's Greatest Hits. My mom just played ABBA all the time when I was a kid, so songs like Take a Chance on Me, really, like SOS, like I love ABBA, and I actually haven't seen Mamma Mia, though I own it. But I don't want anybody to redo ABBA. Like, I love ABBA so much. And, like, oh, it's just great. Look at this cheesy insert shot. Just, ABBA really influences my taste on popular music, so got that. Plus, it's the first album I ever collected, so it's got some sentimental value. Then I also have another ABBA's Greatest Hits, Volume 2. And this says Knowing Me, Knowing You, Money Money, Dancing Queen, Chiquita, just other classic ABBA songs, and they've got this nice glamour shot on the cover, and there they are on the inside, and I got this at Taz Records for, I think, $1. It was in the dollar bin, so. If you are a heavy metal fan, or even just appreciate the wider spectrum of rock, then this is a really quintessential album for you to have. This, besides Kill 'Em All, this is Metallica's Black Album. And I love this album. It was kind of expensive. I had to shell out a little bit more money to have it, but I love it. And it's got Enter Sandman, The Unforgiven, which is personally my favorite Metallica song. And it's produced by Bob Rock, which if you are a metal fan, or on the heavier rock side, you know how influential he was as a producer. So I really like to have this in my collection. I got this after I saw them in concert a year ago. This was, I think, $35, which is a little bit pricier to pay. It is a double LP, so you get 2 records. And this is a re-release, so, but I really needed to have it, and this will stay in my collection for a really long time. Keeping with the greatest hits, we have Barry Manilow's Greatest Hits. Barry Manilow's just great, and if you've ever seen the Family Guy episode where like Peter the guys go to the Barry Manilow concert, kind of understand why people like him. Barry Manilow just writes good songs like Mandy, Looks Like We Made It, Weekend in New England, Copacabana. I like Barry Manilow. He's really great. And yeah, it's a double LP. I got this at Value Village for like $2.50. This was a really weird find. This is Boney M's Night Flight to Venus. I'm a huge Russian history fan, and I remember when I was a kid, my stepmom played this song called Rasputin. I had no idea who he was at the time. And then as I got into Russian history, I found out who he was, and they have a song called Rasputin. It's all about Grigory Rasputin. Oh, look at that glamour shot. It's all about Grigory Rasputin, and if you don't know who he is, Google it and then listen to the song because it's hilarious. I got this album basically because of that. I don't really know anything else Boney M does. But yeah, I got this for like 15 cents at Value Village. This is my only soundtrack album. This is the Chilling Thrilling Sounds of the Haunted House, and this is by Disney. And what this is just sounds of haunted house. Now, there's two sides to it. On the A side, you have sound effects, things like the haunted house, shipwreck, unsafe bridge, Chinese water torture. And then on the B side, you have those things, but they're being described by some sort of malevolent voice. And this is really cool. I like playing this around Halloween. It kind of reminds me of like old Vincent Price. And I got this at Value Village for like 15 cents, I think. This is another classic album that you really need to have if you're a rock fan. I love the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and this is Blood Sugar Sex Magic. It's a great album. 1992 was the year that I was born, and this came out. And this has all the Red Hot Chili Peppers classics, like Under the Bridge, Suck My Kiss. Just, it's a great album. And I really love this. I got this at Taz Records for, I think, close to like $24.99. But yet again, it's worth it because it's a really great re-release that you're going to have in your collection for a long time. I have another Chili Peppers record. This is my favorite, besides Californication, this is one of my favorite Chili Peppers records. This is By the Way, and I love the artwork on this. But By the Way kind of got me back into the Chili Peppers. Californication, by the way. But yeah, when I was in grade 12, I picked up this album for close to $30, and this really got me back into the Chili Peppers and reminded me why I love them. And, yeah, like Don't Stop, or Can't Stop, Zephyr Song, just, by the way, really great songs on here. This is probably the most quintessential album of the 90s as far as rock goes. And if you look at my shirt, Nirvana, this is Nirvana's Nevermind. This and Blood Sugar Sex Magic are probably the pinnacle of 90s rock music. And I don't really think if you collect rock records, you can't have this, not have this in your collection. This is one of the best albums in my opinion. Definitely the best album to come out of the 90s, but Smells Like Teen Spirit, like I don't have to say anymore. My favorite is actually In Bloom. That was my favorite Nirvana song for a really long time, but yeah, you just need to have this. Got it at Taz Records for $14.99. This is one of my favorite albums of the 70s. This is Meatloaf's Bad Out of Hell. I love Meatloaf. Yet again, it was one of those things that my mom was always playing when I was a kid, and this is an actual vintage copy of Bad Out of Hell. It is not a re-release. I got this at Taz Records for $14, and it's just a really great album. If you want to get into 70s music, 70s rock, definitely download this on iTunes or go out and find the vinyl yourself because it's worth it. It is a great album. It's really epic and really goes with the whole storytelling rock. I love this album. It's so great. There he is on the back with his writing partner, Jim.